Evan never planned for anything strange. He was a simple human mechanic living on level 32 of the giant alien trade station, working long hours and eating cheap food. That night, he only wanted quiet company, someone to talk to, nothing more. So he rented an alien companion service for a few hours and waited in his small apartment, half asleep on his couch. Then the door chimed. When Evan opened it, his breath stopped. A woman stood there, tall, glowing softly like moonlight. Her skin shimmered with silver patterns. Her eyes were bright like living stars. Her hair floated gently, as if touched by invisible wind. She looked young, beautiful, and nothing like any alien he had ever seen. She spoke in a soft, musical voice. "Human, may I come in?" He stepped back automatically. She entered quietly, her feet barely touching the floor. Evan felt a strange pressure in his chest, like the room had changed temperature. You're from the service, right?" he asked. She looked directly into his eyes, and for a moment it felt like she could read his thoughts. "My name is Lyara." She walked slowly around his small room, touching nothing but observing everything. Evan noticed something unusual. Every time she moved, the lights flickered. When she sat, the air felt heavier. When she breathed, the walls hummed softly. Evan tried to stay calm. So, just a quiet night. That's it. But Lyara did not sit close to him. She sat across, watching him carefully, almost studying him. "You are gentle," she whispered. "It is strange, but warm." Evan felt confused. Alien companions never acted this way. They followed scripts. They behaved like trained hosts. But Lyara, she felt real. Too real. Then, at exactly midnight, the lights in the apartment dimmed on their own. Lyara suddenly stood, walked to him, and placed a hand on his wrist. Her touch was warm, almost electric. Her voice trembled. "Human, do not send me back. If you send me back, I will disappear. I will not live to see the next cycle." Evan stared at her. "What are you talking about? You're rented for one night. That's it." Her silver eyes filled with fear. Real fear. "Please, let me stay. Only you can help me. Only you." Evan did not know what to say. Why him? Why tonight? Then, bang, bang, bang. Someone slammed on his door. A rough voice shouted, "Open the door. Return the Aurelin woman immediately. She is not supposed to be with a human." Evan froze. Lyara grabbed his arm and pulled him back, her glow brightening like fire. "Do not open it," she whispered sharply. "They are not guards, they are hunters." Outside, the voice grew louder and angrier. "Last warning. Open the door or we break it down." Evan's simple life ended in that moment. One night, one rented visitor, one impossible choice. Let her stay, or let her die. And somehow, she believed only he could save her. Evan did not sleep the rest of the night. He sat on the floor, back against the wall, while Lyara hid quietly in the corner where the shadows were deepest. The hunters outside finally left, but their voices still echoed in Evan's head. He kept asking himself one question. What have I gotten myself into? When the station's morning lights finally brightened the hallway, Evan stood up and rubbed his tired eyes. He expected Lyara to be gone or preparing to leave. After all, the service rental time was over. But she was still there, sitting calmly on his couch, watching him with soft silver eyes. "Shouldn't you go?" Evan asked carefully. Lyara tilted her head like she did not understand the question. "Why would I go? You protected me. I stay with you now." "That's not how humans work," Evan said. "You are rented. Just for one night." Lyara blinked slowly. "Humans are strange. You pay for time, but you give kindness for free." Before Evan could reply, she stood and walked to his small kitchen. She opened boxes and containers, checking every item like she was learning how humans lived. Then she mixed alien fruit from her own pocket bag with items from his fridge. Within minutes, a sweet, warm smell filled the room. She placed a small bowl in front of him. "Eat. You look tired." Evan stared at the glowing purple soup. "Is this safe?" Lyara nodded. "It helps humans with fear." "How do you know I'm scared?" She looked at him gently. "Your heart is loud." Evan didn't know what that meant, but somehow the soup tasted good. Strange, sweet, but calming. Lyara sat across from him again. You saved me from them. My life belongs to you now. Not in human culture, Evan said quickly. You don't belong to anyone. She frowned, confused. Then where do I belong? I cannot walk outside. Hunters will see me. As if the universe wanted to prove her right, Evan's apartment door suddenly chimed. He froze. Lyara's glow disappeared instantly as she hid behind a column. Evan checked the small camera feed. 2 station police officers stood outside. They are here again, he whispered. But Lyara shook her head. No, these are not hunters. These are station enforcers. They searched for me because I was reported missing. So it's safe? Lyara stared at the door with deep fear. Not safe. They will return me to the facility. I will not live if they do. Evan's heart pounded. He had known Lyara for only hours, and yet he could not let her be dragged away. He whispered, "Stay hidden," and opened the door slightly. The officers questioned him, searching the room with sharp eyes. Lyara stayed completely still, her glow gone, her presence silent. It felt like she wasn't even breathing. After several tense minutes, the officers left. Evan shut the door and leaned against it, shaking. Lyara stepped out from the shadows. You see? I cannot leave you. Only you keep me alive. Evan sighed heavily. This was no longer a one-night mistake. This was now a responsibility. And Lyara wasn't leaving. Not now. Not ever. Evan knew he couldn't keep Lyara in his apartment forever. The station police had already searched once. The hunters could return any moment. And Lyara, she didn't seem like a normal alien at all. Her glow reacted to emotions. Lights changed when she whispered. Even the air around her felt alive. So Evan made a plan. We need to hide somewhere safe, he told her. Somewhere they won't search again. Lyara looked at him with cautious hope. You will not leave me behind. Evan shook his head. No. I said I'll help you. Her silver eyes softened, glowing faintly. Then I trust you. He led her through a maintenance hallway rarely used by civilians. Pipes hummed above them. Steam curled around their feet. Lyara walked close, touching the walls as if sensing vibrations. They reached a small abandoned repair tunnel. Evan used his access card to open the rusty gate. This place is off-grid, he said. Nobody checks it. Lyara stepped inside carefully, her glow lighting the dark space like a lantern. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then she sat on an old metal crate and stared at her hands, as if trying to find the right words. Evan waited. Finally, she whispered, I must tell you the truth. If I do not, you will die because of me. Evan's pulse quickened. What truth? Lyara looked up, and her glow brightened so intensely that the entire tunnel shined in silver light. I am not a normal Aurelin woman. I am an experiment. Evan swallowed hard. Lyara continued, her voice trembling. Aurelin scientists created me. Half empath, half energy being. I can sense emotions, change them, increase them, or destroy them. If they control me, they can control every creature in a city, even a planet. Evan felt a cold shiver run down his spine. That's why they want you back. Lyara nodded slowly. They believe I belong to them. They believe I am a tool. A weapon. But you escaped. Lyara shook her head. I broke the barrier. I fled during transport. They put me in the companion system so no one would notice a missing experiment. That means someone helped you, Evan said. Lyara looked away. Someone tried. Someone died. Silence fell around them. Evan sat beside her. Why did you choose me? Out of everyone on the station, why come to me? Lyara touched her chest softly. Because your heart was loud. Humans feel pain, but also kindness. When I saw your file, your emotions reached me. They felt safe. They felt real. Evan didn't know what to say. He wasn't strong. He wasn't important. He wasn't a hero. But Lyara believed he was. Suddenly, a loud metallic clang echoed through the tunnel. Evan jumped up. Lyara's glow flared with panic. They found us. Evan looked toward the dark end of the tunnel. Shadows moved. Heavy boots approached. Voices whispered orders. Lyara grabbed Evan's hand, her fingers trembling. If they take me, they take you too. I will not let that happen. Evan tightened his grip. For the first time, he wasn't helping her just because he had to. He was helping her because he wanted to. The shadows in the repair tunnel moved closer, slow and steady. Evan could hear the hunter's boots scraping against metal. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't trained. But he stepped in front of Lyara anyway. "Stay behind me," he whispered. Lyara shook her head. "No, I stay with you. Always." Before Evan could reply, a bright flashlight beam cut through the darkness. 3 hunters appeared, armored and armed. Their leader smiled cruelly. There she is, the missing project, and the human idiot who thinks he can hide her. Evan felt his chest tighten with fear, but he stood firm. She's not a project. She's a person. The hunter laughed. Humans always say foolish things before they die. He raised his weapon. Lyara moved faster than thought. Her body burst into silver light, filling the tunnel with a blinding glow. The hunters shouted and shielded their eyes as her power surged like a storm. Her voice echoed through the metal walls. "You will not take him. You will not take my freedom." Energy waves rippled out from her hands, soft at first, then roaring like thunder. The hunters stumbled as the ground shook. Their weapons short-circuited. Sparks burst across their armor. "Retreat! Retreat!" one hunter yelled. But it was too late. Lyara's glow grew brighter, her hair floating upward like flames. She unleashed a final pulse of power, a shockwave of pure emotion. Fear, strength, protection, love, everything she felt for Evan poured out in one blinding explosion. The hunters were thrown back down the tunnel, smashing into steel pipes and collapsing in a heap. But as the light faded, Lyara fell to her knees. Evan rushed to her. "Lyara, are you okay?" Her glow dimmed to a faint shimmer. She looked weak, exhausted. "I used too much energy. I wanted to save you." "You did," Evan said. "You saved both of us." She shook her head softly. "No, I saved you because I want to stay with you forever. But I cannot force you. You must choose." Evan held her hands. They were warm but trembling. All night, he kept telling himself she was trouble. He kept saying this wasn't his problem. But now, looking at her, glowing faintly, fragile, scared, he realized something. He didn't want her gone. He didn't want this night to be the last. He didn't want a life without her. Evan lifted her chin gently. "I don't own you, Lyara. But if you want to stay, then stay with me. Not because you owe me, because you choose to." Her silver eyes widened, filling with soft light. "I choose you." Outside, alarms in the station echoed through the metal. They had minutes before more hunters arrived. Evan helped Lyara stand. "Then let's get out of here. Together." She smiled, a real, bright, beautiful smile, and her glow wrapped around them both like a shield. They ran toward the shuttle bay, hand in hand, leaving behind the life Evan once knew. A simple mechanic, a powerful alien woman, 2 souls who should never have met, escaping into the stars to build a future they chose for themselves. Forever began with one night, and neither of them looked back.